All right.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Good to see everybody. We're going to give it a couple of minutes so everybody could join in. Got some folks on the panel here today. We're going to be talking about North Carolina and some of the issues going on there. I'm sure a lot of people already know, but we want to spread the word and get these people some help because it's the goddamn government in charge of the operation. So you guys know what that means. It's like the damn Three Stooges. You know what I mean? Like absolutely getting nothing done. People's lives are on the line. So we'll give it another minute and a half or so to get some people in here, get the notifications out. Claudette, Gorilla, Bamacam, Lou, Joko, Claudette, Colorado Donkey Watch. What's up, buddy? I ain't seen you for a minute. Hope you're doing good.
This is when the government really shows us exactly how good they actually are at their jobs.
Kelly Sutton's in North Carolina near Charlotte.
Nope.
AL.
Stream.
What's that?
It's not letting me restream now.
Okay, so we went through this last week and we figured out whoever set this live stream up, they have to give permission on their end in the app for everybody else to restream it. And it won't let you have permission to do that unless you pay for a month's membership.
Okay.
So whoever started the stream has to give everybody else permission in their settings, and it won't let you do that unless you pay for a month. I went through this last week and I figured it out. Cliff helped me. Remember Cliff?
Well, I subscribe. I paid $25 a month for that thing. I think it's going up to $27 a month now.
Yeah. So checking your settings, it'll say allow others to restream.
That's on Rogue.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Is it under general or?
I'm not sure.
Tiffany is sharing it on my community tab for us right now too.
Cliff is the one that walked me through it last week. I don't know why he's not responding now.
Sorry about that. I was muted. That was with the help of Nikki.
Yeah.
Nikki does all that stuff. So,
but I remember what it was is whoever set up this stream, they have to go into their settings and give everybody else permission to restream it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the settings now. I don't see it though.
Do you have are you paying for a monthly?
Oh yeah,
membership?
yeah. I see it now. Hang on.
There you go.
Okay.
I got to upgrade to do it.
That's how they get you.
That's what happened to me last week.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. You'll have to just screen grab it, I guess, and deal with it afterwards, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna have some videos to play. Hopefully, some people on the ground can come up. I'll get the link out there for anybody that's in the area that can talk with any certain degree of accuracy as to what's going on there. I know communications are rough. A lot of cell towers down, internet's down. We just saw a post from Elon Musk on Facebook, me and Rights Crispy did, that said that they're trying to get Starlink internet in there and FEMA's not letting them. They're not letting them. So we've heard a lot of stories about people that have tried to help and have been turned away, like the story Rights did just the other day about that helicopter pilot who went in. We also heard a story last night, a video from, hold on, I got some people in the basement. I didn't see them. I only think I got room for one more right now. Hang on.
That's just the screen that I'm sharing with Elon Musk's thing. Oh, Lou, what's up, brother?
What's
All
happening?
right.
What up, Lou?
My man.
Yeah, so that's Elon Musk's post about FEMA not allowing them to drop Starlink into the area so people have internet connection. Just terrible. Lou, you've been talking with people on the ground. What have they been telling you? What's been going on?
Just tons of just bad info all the way around. But the overwhelming thing is that in many places they're receiving just tons of pushback, mainly directed by the feds, and that a lot of the local guys are like local law enforcement, whatnot. A lot of them are trying to do right, but I think they're kind of handcuffed, so to speak, by what the feds are dictating can and can't happen. But they're so short staffed there, they're out of money. That's no secret. They wasted the last $640 million on the immigration deal, so they've got no money left to handle this. That's where Mayorkas came out a few days ago and said, guys, we're out of money. We can't even handle this to capacity, much less the rest of hurricane season. We're flat tapped out. So a lot of people are getting real raw over that. And what do you believe when you've got people that are there on the ground saying this is all bullshit? We're not getting help like the federal government's claiming. And then some people saying, hey, we're not experiencing that, but I suppose it could be going on in other places. You just don't know what to believe. So it's best that we go to the non-censored side of the internet to try to get that information. Really, I think that's the whole purpose of this panel, right? Is for us to try to get out some better quality information so that people know what's going on, so that we can address that accordingly, right?
We have to be informed properly to be able to assist. And
that's right.
The
the
problem
mainstream media is certainly not doing it.
There's a lot of misinformation being put out there, and it needs to be deciphered through so that we can all collaboratively put in our best efforts to help.
Well, we have a Category 2 hurricane that's going to make here in Florida to make matters worse. Also, it's called Milton.
Another one?
Yep. It's going to be more flood damage than wind damage again.
Yeah, we're just at the beginning stages of hurricane season, right?
It's like Groundhog's Day, but with a hurricane.
No,
Right.
hurricane season lasts usually until November.
Yeah, it's almost over.
Yeah, we're at the tail end of it.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some stuff we definitely want to see. If Rights could bring up that video we watched last night from Guns and Gear. Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. We're doing a video here. It's a follow-up on yesterday's video. In that video, I insinuated
Oh, can you share the screen?
and federal agencies may be
Oh, there.
interfering with the aid shipments that are going into Western North Carolina and to Eastern Tennessee, but I didn't have any facts yet on this particular instance, and I have some now for sure that you guys are about to see here in just a second. So long story short, let me just tell you what happened and why I actually went out there yesterday. It was to deliver aid, obviously, and to showcase the great people out there. That absolutely is one thing I was doing. One thing I was also doing was trying to protect those people. I had received a report from people on the ground out there that one of my viewers, that the sheriff there was attempting to intimidate the workers, particularly Linda in this case, and threatening to seize all of the goods that had been donated by all of you around the country to these people in need. All that distribution center that you guys saw the footage of yesterday, he was threatening to seize all of it. And the reason he had given her the day before and the other workers was that they needed accountability of it. Now, here's the thing. I fully understand if there is a sheriff who wants to help distribute aid and identify gaps in the community where they can be goods can be delivered to. That's great sheriff work, right? So I got no issues with that. But by all accounts, from several people on the ground, that was not what was happening. Apparently, he was just simply trying to seize it and run all the deliveries through the county. Now, again, helping, got it. But we have learned throughout this disaster, now it is day, 7? As of when I'm recording this, after the disaster has happened, that these people have been without power, without homes, without food, without water, that the government is completely incapable completely incapable at this point. 100%. I was there. I saw it. They're incapable of providing any aid to the people in America. And the other people who are volunteering to do this stuff absolutely have been the greatest force for good on the ground. Again, I've been there. I've been involved with it for the last 5 days, 6 days, and it's totally true. I can confirm from multiple outlets in multiple locations from multiple people I'm working with. Now, so when I got home yesterday, again, when I was out there, I filmed the sheriff the entire time trying to see what he was doing, and he was taking inventory of the goods that were coming in, but he wasn't doing anything crazy. I don't know if it was because he had a camera in his face or not. I have no idea, but he didn't do anything. Everything went well. All the supplies got dropped off, just like you guys saw. Last night, I get a phone call from someone who knows Linda, and apparently she was in tears. And essentially, the sheriff had told her that if she didn't leave, that she was going to be arrested, and that they were seizing all of the goods that were donated. So, as you can imagine, that upset me, but I wanted to give it a day and call and figure out what the heck was going on from other sources on the ground, because you don't just want single source. I want to figure out what's going on. So I called the sheriff's office 10, 15 minutes ago, and you guys are going to see that footage right now.
Johnson County Sheriff's Office.
Hello, my name is Mike. I was up there at the airport in Mountain City yesterday delivering some supplies, and basically I just had some questions about what's going on there. Heard some conflicting reports, but I should just note, I run a YouTube channel. I put a video up on it last night, and just people were asking about why it was shut down, essentially, and just trying to get some answers on that.
Johnson County Sheriff's Office.
Hello, ma'am. I had just called, and I think our phone call got disconnected. I was calling to ask about the effort to gather supplies at the airport and why it was shut down.
What do you mean? What was shut down?
Sure. So I was working with a lady. Her name was Linda out there. And after we left yesterday, she called and said that the sheriff essentially told her to shut it down, the collection and distribution system. Just trying to get some clarification on why or what's going on behind that. I understand that you may not have the answer, but
I'm not sure, but I know
sure.
they're all down at the airport now.
Okay. Is there someone I could speak with that I could get a number to figure out what's going on?
Yeah, sure, because I don't know what you're talking about, because there's people down at the airport.
Sure. Yeah. I'd love to.
We have,
Pause that real quick, right?
Down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what we've got so far is that this gentleman the day before had gone to this airport and was helping with the donations with this lady, Miss Linda. The sheriff was there. He was taking in.
All right, guys, this is just a restream of what Rogue Nation Rights Crispy has going on. You don't have to say. I appreciate every one of you who has come in. Cliff was going to try and do it when it started. I was not home. I just got home, just got my phone. So saw that he wanted help, so I went ahead and started this. But like I said, thank you guys for coming in. And this is just a restream. So the links for the GoFundMe for that Benghazi Rabbit has listed in his videos are in the description. And I guess just sit back and watch. Thank you.
Inventory of all the goods. This guy and his camera leaves the spot. He gets a call later from Linda, some other people, that the sheriff threatened to arrest Linda if she did not stop distributing these donations, and that they were seizing all the donations and they were going to run them through the county. So right now he's talking to the sheriff's office. The lady at the desk, she has no idea what's going on. So he's going to call to the airport and talk to the head guy in charge of the airport. And what we're going to hear is that the airport guy is also going to be like, yeah, they're running it all through the county now. So me and Wrights were talking about this last night about how these guys are coming in, swooping in, and taking all these donations that these private people are putting together and saying, no, you can't distribute these. We're going to go and distribute these so we could act like we did all the work. and you know what I mean.
They
it
got to be the
seems-
heroes, right?
It happens
Right.
every year with service clubs donating the stuff that they've collected to communities. The sheriff shows up and collects all the boxes, and they're the ones who distribute it, and they get all the photo ops. Not that we want credit, but we'd like to distribute it and see the smiles on their faces. That's part of the reward of service, is seeing like how you can help. If you ever feel crummy, go out and do something kind for someone, and you definitely have a lot of opportunities today.
Well, the notion that you don't need recognition for a good doing goes on all parties. So there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say, well, if you're just doing it out of goodwill, then you shouldn't need recognition. Well, that
Right.
should also apply to the government employees.
When
So,
they're doing
like,
the exact opposite, they're doing it just for the recognition. They're actually taking stuff out of people's head, like taking their surfboard and riding their wave. That's so
And they're
sketch.
hindering too, because the goods are not getting to the people when the government's involved, because they're incompetent. They can't.
Right.
Can't get it done.
There's so much red tape. I'm hearing now that if you want to volunteer, they're making you get permits, right? In order to volunteer,
You got to pay
help
to
save these
volunteer.
people. Right, right. Let's
All about the
finish.
money.
Let's watch a little bit more of this, Frights, would
Is
you?
there someone down there that I could talk to?
I can.
You can call me back if you need to. That's fine. I'll give you my number.
Yeah, I will see if I can get you in touch with somebody.
Okay.
Because I'm up here, they're down there.
Sure. Yeah. No, I totally get it.
But as far as
yeah.
I know, the airport's functioning and we're getting supplies in from there.
Okay. I was told
I mean, you
different.
can call Dave Garrison.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the one that's over the airport.
Okay. Do you know where I could get his number at? Is it online? Or?
Maybe Google Johnson County Airport.
Okay. So Dave Garrison?
Okay. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.
Johnson County Airport.
Hello. Is Dave Garris there?
You're talking to him. What's going on, big guy?
All right, Dave. My name is Mike. I run a YouTube channel called the Mr. Guns and Gear channel. I was out there yesterday with Linda, helping bringing in supplies. Basically, I'm trying to get answers, and she was a little bit emotional last night. Essentially, she was saying that the sheriff was telling her that she couldn't be continue collecting and distributing supplies, and I was trying to see if you knew anything about that.
Yeah, we knew nothing about that.
Okay.
It just came down like yesterday afternoon that everything that's landing here at the airport's got to go over to the armory that the sheriff's department is in charge of.
Okay, and I mean, do you know any idea why? I'm just trying to figure it out because I put a video up yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, but it's getting a lot of views, and people are asking what
tonight for the first time.
And I'm just trying to get answers. You know, if it's a good.
Okay. Well, I think it came down from the state.
Okay.
The state called up and said that they've cut supplies off to it because Linda was they thought commandeering stuff. Well, what she was doing was she was calling the individual organizations,
right.
Helping Hands and the churches and all that stuff to come up and pick, and that was out of the protocol that was supposed to go down here.
And do you know whose protocol that is?
Is
her name's can't remember her name over there, and she's over in Nashville.
Okay, and is she like a director for the state?
She called Operation. Yeah, she called the Operation Airdrop people.
Okay.
And told them to because the word that she had got Linda was stealing a bunch of stuff.
Hey, hang on, Rogue. Miss Rummy is down there in Black Mountain. I don't know if she's trying to get on the panel. You got room for her? Oh, you're muted, brother. I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you.
Hey guys, I can jump off. I can jump off if you've got somebody local down there that wants to come up.
All right.
All right, let me get back into my studio and I'll just go ahead and kick me off, Rogue.
They just accused her of stealing. Did you hear that?
Hey, Miss Rummy.
Yes. Yeah, we did hear that.
Hey.
Miss Rummy's up on here for you folks. So we're gonna stop the video for a second and then
Hi, Miss Rummy.
Hi,
let Miss Remy
loves.
talk here.
Yeah, we're lower than Black Mountain. We're at the very bottom of everything,
Wow.
at the foothills, and we're below Marion. And so my son went to find one of my boys, my extra boys, and it took them
In Spruce Pine, right?
in Spruce Pine. It took them 1.5 hours to go 13 miles.
Mm.
Wow.
And these people, where he lives is up on a plateau, so they didn't get any major flooding. But right in front of their road, where you cut off of 19 to go up Crabtree Drive, there was a landslide, and so there's just dugout ruts. That's all it is. They haven't took as of yesterday, they haven't took a bulldozer through there or anything to get rid of some of the mud. And like I said, it took them an hour and a half to go 13 miles, but they were able to get to my extra boy, and the backside of his trailer is gone from the hurricane, just from the wind. And
Wow.
so they're, of course, they don't have any electricity. They have no way of communicating with the outside world.
Miss Remy, you were able to find your boy. Do you know anybody who's still looking for somebody? Have you found everybody? Or do you need to get your message out?
Honey, we need to get the message out, because here's what the towns are doing. The towns, that everybody that they have on their, however they do it, have made a list. The other day they had 400 and some missing. And then by the end of the day, they had found 327. That was just from one little town. So they are making progress with doing welfare checks to some of these people that don't have. Hold on a second. Hey guys, can y'all keep it low? I'm on a live right now on YouTube. And so what they're doing is they're trying to do, the Red Cross is trying to do everything. I'm having the carpet removed from the bottom floor, so that's the background noise. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause for a minute, and I'm gonna go outside so y'all can hear me and I can hear y'all. Okay?
Right on. We totally understand. Don't feel bad. I mean, come on.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, storm damage. You can't have the carpet in there; it'll mold, and you
Like,
gotta
stop
get
recovering. Tell us about the recovery. You know.
Right.
So it sounds like what she was saying is the smaller towns, they're taking a consensus of who's there and who's not, so that they can, get a number and figure out who needs to be rescued. If it sounds like
the sad thing is they're having to take this task on in their own hands. The municipalities aren't lifting a finger. Private individuals are having to do this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and if you ask me, I would almost venture to say that the private individuals are the most capable when you're comparing it to the government.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking about Americans being an American and helping other Americans, and the government doesn't want us to do that because they want to step in and try to micromanage things into a snail's pace, where every second counts here. You see how those landslides, now that it's drying up, that stuff breaks loose and starts falling out from under people because they're still up there instead of being evacuated by all these brave volunteers risking their lives. Because accidents can happen, but you can't avoid, like, maybe a helicopter crash, God forbid. Just because you think that might happen, you can't let 40 people die in a landslide. I mean, get your head out of your ass. I'm sorry.
Right. So the helicopter traffic today has been nothing.
Wow.
The last few days, because if they're coming from Charlotte or if they're coming from Hickory, from the airport, then this is the major pathway to go up the mountain where I'm at. And we just got power back the other day at like 7:45 at night. So, we're thankful, and we've had water So that's why my son was, we were in a panic because we hadn't heard from Travis for days, almost a damn week. And so we got on Facebook after I've done filled out a missing persons report, a welfare check, which I hate to do because you know how those things can go. But then, and I talked to all these people that were at emergency management. The lady at McDowell, Kimberly, I give her all the props because she gave me numbers. She talked to me nicely. She didn't give me any hassle at all. And she said, if you find out any information, if you'll pass that back on to me, then that will be helpful for other people. And I said, yes, ma'am. I will share the wealth of information if I find anything out. So she gave me Yancey County emergency, non-emergency number. That lady talked to me like I was bothering her. Like, why are you calling me?
That's messed
And I
up.
was like,
Correct is in the chat, and he has a chainsaw. He will travel. He has helped a lot of people in the past all over the country. So,
yeah, they need chainsaws. They need gas. They need generators. They need blankets and pillows because the weather is supposed to be getting down to 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Next week.
Hey,
Let me ask you something, Miss Romy.
Yeah.
It might sound trivial, but get coloring books for kids because
you
keep those
activities for them to do.
Busy doing something that'll help.
Miss Romy,
coloring books, Play-Doh. Yeah.
How are people being treated that are trying? Because okay, for example, I'm in Indiana. I'm only 5 or 6 hours from you.
Yeah.
If I was to load my car up and try to come to your city where you live, how would I be treated? Like, would they allow me to come in and distribute?
Yes.
Items?
Yes.
Okay.
We have churches that are accepting donations. The biggest thing is manpower. If people bring in a truckload of donations, they might not have enough people to distribute it, to take it out to people that need it.
Okay.
So
well,
that's
I think one of the issues is that there are some government employees that are making everybody look really bad because they're stopping people from coming and helping, and I wanted to know personally, like, if I was to load my escape up, am I going to be able to get in there?
Yeah, the biggest thing I can tell you to do is there is a list of churches in every community that have started, or working with the Red Cross, okay, as shelters and this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
my biggest thing is
your own local communities. There are people who are doing drives, actual literal drives. They'll drive all the stuff that you've collected up to them. So if you can find somebody in your community who's doing that, look for it.
Yeah, if you Rice Krispy, I gave you sent you a text with some numbers and stuff on there, and that Cajun group, they've been able to get a lot of supplies up the mountain. The Donkey Ranch, they've been able to pack stuff in, and they haven't give those people any problem. But they're also working in affiliation with maybe the Red Cross or, somebody to make these arrangements. I think the biggest problem is they just don't want people to come in and somebody else not know that they're there. And then something happened and now you got a team that's trapped or whatever with supplies and nobody knows you're there. I think that's the communication is the key.
Yeah. Well, you were just talking about the Mountain Mule Packer Ranch at 910-885-1402. There's also the United Cajun Navy 2016, Carolina Emergency Response Team, Aerial Recovery Group, Total Flight Solutions, and
if there's any way that you can pass that information on to people, like put it on screen or something so people can write these numbers down,
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a list, let's distribute that amongst the panel behind the scenes and let us all post it on our community tabs.
Right
Yes. Because they're asking people, if you haven't heard from a loved one, to please use the 211 and talk to the people at the United Way, Wren, and they're there. They're there. Because let me tell you, the people that I spoke to were very nice. They were very understanding, and they took all the information. They gave me time to tell them. They didn't rush me. And then when I called them back to let them know that I had found my loved one by using Let's Talk Spruce Pine, there's another avenue to be able to get in touch with somebody that's actually up there. If you use the Let's Talk whatever county or whatever little town, Spruce Pine, Old Fort, whatever, then they can get you in touch with somebody that's actually there that's coordinating relief and rescue efforts.
Okay.
And yeah, they're still finding bodies. My son was up there and he talked to a lady and she said, yeah, we pulled 6 today.
Yes.
So, and they're not releasing those until they have somebody that can identify them. So
There it is right
yeah.
there. And I'll post it on my community post also. But
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll put that on my community tab as well. Now this is firsthand source information, so we know
Yeah,
from
it
Miss
was
Rummy
sent to
that
me.
if we are to donate to those specific agencies, they are getting to the people in need. That's kind of what I think everybody really wants right now, because there's so much information floating around that we can't
Well,
verify.
there's so much disinformation too.
Yeah, it can't be
You know,
verified. So
in my little area, the water restriction of Boyer water had been lifted, but there was so much misinformation. They had to send out an emergency alert that everybody got on their phones telling them where it was safe to drink the water and not to look at some of the posts on Facebook. Because people are just spreading all kinds of misinformation.
yes.
And that's malicious, I think. I mean, people are already scared. They're already traumatized. They don't need some troll to fuck with us.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah,
it's a sad world where people feel the need to further victimize victims, and that
right,
does happen.
right. And they're just doing it to be fucking vicious, I think, malicious,
Just to get
menacing,
attention or something. Like, I don't think
all
we'll ever
those
be able
little
to
words
explain the
want to use.
mindset.
Yeah. So I can only pass on the information that I got. And that was I got that information 2 days ago.
How are you all doing on supplies in your neck of the woods?
Well, for us, I think we're pretty good. But there's
Okay.
people that are closer to Lake James, that's up from me, that they still don't have power. And travel up there is little to none. Because
Miss Remy, will you do me a huge favor and send me an email after this panel's over? Because I think Tiff and I are going to try to make arrangements for a dog sitter and bring a load of supplies to one of the areas that need it, that we think might need it the most. And if you will help me verify that area when we're ready to go, I would appreciate that.
I will drop my email in the back.
Okay. I'm not leaving or anything. I just wanted to make that, it's on the forefront, because we want to help, but we're like everybody else. We don't know who to believe,
And please don't share, but I'm gonna also put my phone number.
Okay. Yeah, well, I won't share.
I've already been doxxed one time.
You and me both, Miss Remy.
I'm telling you.
Got people breaking my basement windows out last year.
All right, so Rach, did you get something up on screen there?
Yeah, I wanted to show everybody's follow-up, the Queen News follow-up account manager who was playing defense for Chris Melton, the assistant fire chief, who didn't allow the helicopter to go back up that one day.
Yeah,
But
he's
the
an
news-
asshole.
Oh, here we go.
Is a Chief Melton available? The town offered its town manager for an interview.
So the personal aircraft that landed was not only unauthorized, but also they provided no notification that they were coming, and that did pose a potential risk to ongoing operations with search and rescue. And then, also
Yeah, there
just
was
wasn't
nobody else up
to
there
be
doing
there
it.
as regular.
You'll see Chris Melton shows up through this door in about a minute. And check this out. Look at that fire smoke detector hanging off the wall.
Yeah,
there.
the wall.
Oh, and pay close attention to the door behind her. You'll see somebody surprisingly come in for a split second.
Yeah, that's what I said. That was Chris Melton, who was not available for this interview, but he was available.
But he was right there to be nosy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Sneaking in the door thinking, are you done yet? Are you done covering my ass?
Who they were, or what they were doing there.
In the days after the storm, through that Sunday morning, there was no restricted airspace in Lake Lure. The FAA did impose a temporary flight restriction after this encounter between Mr. Sidhum and the Assistant Fire Chief Melton. So you all still contend today that no one should have been in that area trying to save these people who had been stranded for 2 days, headed into day 2, next to day 3.
Shout out to Jody Barr. That guy.
Damn right.
He holds them accountable, and he doesn't.
Damn right.
I mean, he's awesome.
I love
He's
that.
asking the right question too.
At least notified incident command who would have authorized them or not authorized them to be in that
Well,
area.
how are you going? Hold up, pause it for a second. Just pause it for a second.
He did that.
How the fuck are they supposed to notify anybody when there's no cell service, there's no telephones, there's
Well,
no
he did.
nothing?
This is exactly what he did. Once he saw rescue workers, he's like,
Exactly. He put his ass on the ground and he
Yep.
told them. He said, and they gave him frequencies to be able to communicate
Yep.
because there was no other way to communicate.
Sidhum says airport officials told him they were only selling fuel to private aircraft if those pilots were helping in the search and rescue effort.
Unaware of.
you
Unaware of that.
unaware?
Yep.
Unaware.
Ms. Stuman, less than 24 hours later, private pilots were being asked to return to that area
Take
to
that-
do what Mr.
Yeah.
Sidhum was doing at that time.
You see
Do you
that?
see how that the public may look asked to return to that area
Who it
to
is?
do what Mr. Sidhum was doing at that time?
That was him.
Do you see how that public may look at that and go, well, that's a little perplexing that, just before he was severely endangering rescue efforts, and then, less than a day later, they're being begged to come back and help.
Well, I can only imagine that they went through the correct chain of command to be authorized to come here.
What was the
What
danger
correct chain of command?
in what Mr. Sidhum did, the specific danger that day?
Well, it interrupted operations of the people who were there from national, state, and local resources.
No, it didn't.
And,
Bullshit.
No, it didn't.
Downtown Chimney Rock is in disarray right now. For someone who's not trained, not adequately trained in emergency operations.
She just farted that one out of her mouth.
Yeah, because she don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
At that time, they should not have been in that location.
But just
He's
some hours
military
later, he was
trained.
back in the area, and the county welcomed him in to do exactly what he did just the day before. Do you think his training was significantly improved overnight?
It's not that
Right.
we're turning away help or volunteerism at all. Once again, we just need to go through the right steps to do that. So we're aware, the state is aware, Rutherford County is aware, and the town of Lake Lure and village of Chimney Rock is aware of what's going on. That was not the case initially.
Are you all welcoming those private helicopter pilots who have delivered food and water and medical supplies and are helping rescue human lives from the mountains around Lake Lure? Are you guys welcoming them now?
That would need to go through the Rutherford County Emergency Management or the State Emergency Management.
I'm asking you as an official, the leader of Lake Lure, North Carolina, are you now welcoming those private helicopters in your community?
Yes, if they go through the necessary channels.
Do you think that your people on the ground in Lake Lure did what they should have done when they handled this flooding victim that was delivered to them in the encounter between Assistant Chief Melton and this private pilot?
Yes, sir. They were doing what they were supposed to do at that time.
Shut up.
No, they weren't.
They weren't.
They were
Exactly.
they
There it
had their
is.
thumbs stuck up their asses and didn't know how to communicate with anybody, didn't know how to uh let the fucking water out of the dam. They didn't know how to do shit.
Exactly. They waited too long to let that
Wait,
water.
yes.
The floodgates are there for a reason. Open them up when you know there's going to be flooding. Don't wait. Oh wait, hold on.
Send out an emergency alert before you lose power, before you lose cell service, and tell people we're opening the floodgates. We're lowering the water level because there's a storm coming, and if you need to, get out.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in a dangerous place and you feel like there might be a landslide from the onslaught of a hurricane coming, go ahead and leave. But let us know that you're leaving.
I'll
Text
tell
this
you what,
number.
this after this is all the dust is settled and the water's receded, we are definitely going to audit the shit out of this and find out what the findings of their own investigations were, and then conduct our own for sure. You better
Well,
believe
that county in particular, Miss Rummy, 5 minutes ago, we said we cannot understand the mindset of people who choose to spread misinformation. Well, I think we just witnessed one reason that someone may have had, and it was to cover some inept piece of shit, ego-ridden fire chief.
Yep.
My signal keeps bebopping. Sorry.
That woman just sat there and lied through her teeth only to
Yes.
protect one single ignorant
Yes.
individual.
Yes. Yes. That's the hill she wants to die on. Yep. Yep. That's the hill she wants to die on.
The death toll has surpassed 200 as FEMA announced
Oh,
that
yeah.
they released the funds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're saying it's far higher than that, though.
It's a lot higher because, like I said, they're not releasing
There were bodies in
numbers on the death toll until they have these people identified.
Right.
And it's going to go up.
And they're still gathering their consensus. I mean, it's what's it been, 7 days? So I
Honey,
mean,
there are still people on little boats in recovery mode, tagging and bagging bodies that they find.
Yeah.
Still today. And some of them are so bad that the workers, when they get back, the first thing one guy said is, "I need a smile and I need a hug."
Mm.
And the other two dudes just sit in the corner away from everybody for over an hour before they would take a drink of water, before they would take a shower, before they would even accept any food, because they just had to decompress. And then they eat, they shower, they sleep, and they go and do it again the next day.
Yeah.
From
and
daylight
I'm
to
sure
dark.
that, Mr. Rummy, what you're also witnessing is probably those very same victims are probably the ones getting out there and pushing mud back and grabbing chainsaws, and
nobody else is doing it. I mean,
Right. There's some places up there that they have just cut out a section wide enough for a car to get through because they're that damn desperate to get out.
I watched a native do a video on YouTube. I watched it yesterday. I don't know when the video was created, somewhere within the past 3 or 4 days. And they were along, I think it's the interstate that got washed out by the river.
40, Interstate 40.
40. I keep calling it 42. It's 40.
No, it's Interstate 40.
They literally had to take a hike that took an extra 30 or 40 minutes through the woods because there was nothing left of the roadway but a huge drop off.
Yes. Yes.
hey, quick turn back to Florida. You see how we're about to get hit with another hurricane. Well, this one was pretty bad. And you saw in our last live stream on my channel where all that sand got blown back 2 blocks up all the way up Gulf Boulevard.
Yep.
But if you guys remember James McClinnis, who was running for sheriff in Pinellas County 4 years ago, we helped him do his clean campaign. If you guys have been watching that long,
yeah,
he pretty much got hit pretty hard. And his daughter, who had a little condo out there, she lost everything. She worked hard for that little condo, and she worked at this place called Ricky T's. and Ricky T's is no longer there. It got wiped off, and she has nothing, but she has a GoFundMe going, and I'll put a link up to that GoFundMe also. If you want to help someone who we know, this is another kid who got pretty much hit hard.
Yeah.
Hey, Lord Smith, 357 SIG. He put up there, stay strong, my people. I double that.
Yeah, I'm having to have all my the whole bottom floor of this house is mine. The living space with the normal living space is upstairs, and so the bottom space is mine, but it all got flooded. So they're here today to rip it out, and that's friends, you know.
Yeah,
So
are you
what
guys cutting like a spot on the drywall, like about 6 or a foot inch up?
I don't have any drywall, baby.
Oh,
I just
okay.
have paneling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm spraying everything with Clorox and.
As a person who's done restoration for 20 years, I'll tell you, you're going to want to cut all the lower, any wall paneling, like it's called wainscoting. All your wainscoting about a foot up at least needs to be cut and then replaced, because mold will start growing in there even if you bleach it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to get the insurance involved for that, if or FEMA, because
and run fans in there for a couple days
yeah.
before you start putting things back together.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick look, but I want to tell you this: if you contact McDowell County,
Oh, we're losing you.
You have to repeat
emergency
that.
number,
Getting choppy there.
then you will be able to get a lot of information.
Hey, we
And
lost
I'm
you
sorry,
there.
oh, sorry, I was moving. Yeah, if you contact Burke County Sheriff's Department, McDowell County Sheriff's Department, and Avery County Sheriff's Department, those are the ones that I found helped more. The Burke County Sheriff's Department is the county that I live in. They actually took my well check, because I was just calling them to find out. I said, y'all are law enforcement. You can talk to other law enforcement, and I just need to try to find my extra son. And so they took it down and passed the information on. And then when I actually found him on, with the power of Facebook, and confirmed that he was okay and his 3 boys, that I called them back and told them, and they thanked me. He said, nobody calls us back and lets us know that their family member has been found, or to cancel whatever we put in place. And I did that with the Red Cross, and I did that with the Sheriff's Department. So
just
that
to be
way,
really clear right here, because after running the YouTube channel for a year or two now, I know this happens. Unfortunately, it's misunderstanding. I think what Miss Rummy is saying is those sheriff department that she just named, it would be the good resources that she's found to contact for help if you need it in that area.
And for people that want to coordinate supplies, call the Burke County Sheriff's Department. They can give you the information. Call Avery County. Call McDowell County.
Put this Rogue while she talks so we can see this.
Yeah, the McDowell County and Burke County were the 2 that helped me the most.
Wow.
And their numbers, I wish I can post them, but I can't. But anyway, if you just Google Burke County Sheriff's Department and McDowell County Sheriff's Department, I'm sure they can get you in touch with the people that you need to get in touch with to coordinate drop-offs and volunteers, because everybody is begging for volunteers. Everybody. The need for clothes in all sizes, boots, raincoats, shoes, socks, underwear, baby bottles. They had an onslaught of formula, but they had no bottles for the people to use. So these are blankets and pillows, because some of these people have lost everything. and not to have a dry blanket or a decent pillow, even if it's just a dollar store pillow, it's better than not having anything.
Miss
You know,
Rummy, are there some areas that have like shelters for people to sleep in right now?
Yeah, and a lot of them, like we were trying, or were attempting to try to bring them down the mountain and find a shelter, but every shelter we called was full. Because
Yeah.
our local area in Burke County, not everybody has lights back. So they've had to leave their house just to be able to have, be able to cook or, just have a safe place to sleep.
Hey, you guys have seen a lot of devastation here in Florida, as bad, if not the same as this. It's also shout out to the News and Observer. It's also different because we're used to this. We go through this every year. We prepare for this a lot more. You guys had no idea this was coming. This was flash flooding.
No.
Took you by surprise.
And emergency management, I believe, did not take it seriously. They just thought, I think they were just planning for winds like Hugo. But the difference with Hugo was Hugo came up from the east coast of North Carolina. It didn't come from the Gulf. And anytime we get a weather system that comes from the Gulf, especially in the wintertime, that's when we get our snow. We don't get nothing when it comes across the mountain from Tennessee. We don't get hardly nothing. But when it comes up from the Gulf, we get hammered, as you can see.
Look, an entire houses, like just a whole row of houses gets wiped out. These are the before and afters. Look at this. All gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
those mountain rivers are powerful sources already. When you
Yeah.
flood them like that, I mean, that's a force to be reckoned with.
And
Well,
when
look
you're
at all those
talking about
exits.
water that goes up, spreads out above its banks, and we're talking 30, 40, 50 feet away from, even 100 feet, 200 feet away from the actual river,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 10 feet tall, 12 feet, sometimes 15, 20 feet.
Not to mention when that water gets diverted after it's crested, there's going to be some that goes out and around hilltops and stuff that goes to places that, are completely unexpected. So there's houses that have been built way off the river that could still be wiped out by that same flood.
Yes.
I love the town of Asheville, North Carolina. I went there with my family a few years ago. And this is a report. I don't know if it's true, and I don't condone violence. I don't think anybody here does, but reports that a FEMA director who was acting arrogant and denying aid to North Carolina flood victims was beaten by local residents. That's messed up.
I think they call it lynch
Maybe that was
mob.
called for.
Don't hurt.
You learn your fucking lesson.
It
Sorry.
sound like you got lynched.
You missed it.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Miss
Sir.
Rummy, but there's some hills at the bottom of them mountains that's still good old boy area, right? Not the government
yeah.
kind,
Oh
but
yeah.
the people kind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we take
listen,
care of our own, but when
that's
the
what
government
happened back in. Yeah, that's
Go
what
ahead.
happened back in the day. They would tar and feather a public official that was acting out, not doing his job right, stealing from the people.
Yeah, and display them on the.
They fucked up. They fucked up and found out, didn't they?
That's right.
They
That's right.
display
I
them
think,
on the local intersection.
yeah, I think we've gotten away from that a little bit too much.
Yeah. Hold them accountable.
Wash my mouth.
The courts don't hold these people accountable when they violate our civil rights. When people keep saying, when's this going to stop? When's this going to stop? The only time it's going to stop is when these motherfuckers have to go to jail because they violate our civil rights. When 5 or more of them go to prison because they violate somebody's civil rights, then that's when you'll see a change. Until
Right,
that happens, it ain't going to change.
And imagine if they were all held to the same standards of law that we are.
Right.
Imagine that instead of just 4 or 5.
Imagine that. You would have law enforcement acting like they're supposed to act.
They act like we all are stuck under this false idea that there's no cure for the issue. Well, there is. I think Miss Rummy just nailed it on the head. If the courts would start holding these people responsible, that would be the cure. It wouldn't
Yep.
fix it completely, but by gosh, it would make it way
It
better.
would be a start. It would be a start, and it would give some of these. I was gonna say a whole mouthful of words, but I'll digress. It
I'm
would
keeping
be a
my mouth
start
sort of closed too.
on getting rid of some of these people that don't give two flying fucks about the little people. They just want the power and control. And
Yeah, they're
if
ego ridden, right? Like that fire chief that we just
all
watched
of
on
them,
video.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
he wasn't in. He felt like he wasn't in control because didn't nobody go through Big Daddy,
Speaking of which,
and he ain't nobody's damn daddy around here. If I saw him in the damn street, I'd cuss his ass out.
Well, I think when Wrights published his story, the first thing I noticed was said, well, hell, that mustache tells a lot about him alone.
Yeah, yeah. He's stuck in the good old porn days, ain't he?
That mustache is the only thing bigger than his ego.
Mm. Mm.
I am the captain now.
Right.
Rogue had to step away for a second.
It's
I'm on
okay.
his laptop. Dang, this thing is slow.
Did
I'm
you
gonna give you a
run
little
into
sneak.
another room, Wrights?
Say again? Yeah.
Did you
yeah,
have to run into a different room?
Yeah, that's how we're doing it.
I'm gonna turn my camera around so y'all can see what I'm dealing with today.
So,
Yeah.
during this break, let's take some questions, comments, agreements, disagreements from the chat. What do you guys think? Do you know anybody who is missing out there? Do you need to get the word out? Oh, and anybody who's watching this and thought that I got arrested this morning because of that hoax, some troll on San Joaquin's channel, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh my gosh, is that really something? Someone said you were in jail. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Nope. I was chopping
The
up
lies never
logs.
stop on the internet, do they? Like the
Yeah.
internet's full of them.
Rose sends her love. Oh, that's Ripple Effects little hey, Devil Dog. That's his little puppy. What's up, Peter O'Keefe? That is me in Rogue Nation's live stream. I'll go back to my office when he gets back, but he had to go check in with someone. It's part of a deal he had to strike. You know, sucks when
I
the
think
government
one of
has
the
you under
main
their thumb.
issues we should probably talk about is going to be, you know, I know we're trying to reach a broad audience with this, but, and I'm going to narrow it down quite a bit, but let's talk about the helicopters that are helping out, the people that own helicopters that are helping.
Yeah,
I think that seems to be
Lou
a
can
focal
speak to
point
that,
of
I
an
think.
issue.
Hey, Lou, you still there?
Yeah, man.
You want to talk about that?
I'm glad to answer whatever. I mean, there's so much information going around. I don't even know where to begin. I mean,
You fly a bird right there. That one behind you, is that yours?
not anymore, but yeah, I mean, we have 12 of them. We're all R44s now.
All right. That carries up to 4 people, right? Or 2 people and a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's 4 seats and you got storage underneath each seat. That's pretty good. You can carry, depending on how heavily you're loaded, between 600 and 750 pounds with, on top of the pilot as well.
I'll
So
bet you very few people watching right now had any idea that Lou is a pilot and does have multiple helicopters, and he's very interested in seeing what he can do in this situation too.
I'm not a licensed pilot, but I've flown a bunch of stuff, including an R-22 and a bunch of experimental aircraft. Gyrocopters are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
But go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
And Freedom to Film. Shout out to Freedom to Film, who won that case up there in Indiana that against the 25-foot rule. That was a good victory. But he's also a pilot. Lion One is here. Hey, Lion One. Glad you're
Hey,
okay.
Toy. Hi,
Futoy,
everybody.
my brother.
Flying auditor. He's a pilot too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
we're going to show some stuff from the Benghazi Rabbit. Lion One and the Benghazi Rabbit have been sending us stuff, and we have a couple of videos that we'll put up here soon. Once Rogue gets back, I'll go back to my office and where I have the the video is pulled up. But thank
Okay.
you, Lion One, for stressing the urgency of what's going on out there. That's why we're having this live stream. It's because of you and Benghazi Rabbit and Lou. Thank you, Lou, for bringing this more to our attention.
I
And
thank you
Miss
so much
Rummy,
from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I thank you with everything in me for getting the word out and participating and trying to help people, because I'm telling you, nobody has seen shit like this in 100 years.
thanks for keeping us updated. I know it was hard for you to keep your phone charged and stuff, but we were praying with you and worried about you. And thanks for, thank God you're alive. Thank God that
Yeah.
everybody we know is okay.
Yeah,
And we're praying
we
for
were
those
lucky enough
people who
to
are missing.
we were lucky enough to borrow a generator after like 4 or 5 days. We were able
Yeah.
to go get a generator, and because then we were just living off of batteries and little solar power banks,
Yeah.
and we had no cell service for like 2 or 3 days or 4. It was mind-boggling for that to happen. Because when it first happened, we had cell towers, but then
Here's the
after
link
the power
for
was,
Lion One. I'm sorry to interrupt.
that's okay. Once the grid went down, then the cell towers had no more juice. Then they went down, so that's why everybody lost cell service. So if they have emergency generators for the cell towers, they only last for so long because there's nobody there to refuel it or keep the fuel going. So that's why cell towers go down.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful. I want to thank you so very much. I do need to jump off, but I appreciate you.
All right.
And
Well, before you leave, Miss Rummy, I'm just going to let you know that you might get maybe if you're not way too wrapped up, we might take 10 minutes to swing by and visit you when we.
oh
Tiffany
yeah,
and I
no
come through.
problem. Yeah,
I'd love to
no
meet you.
problem.
And I'll
Well,
see you next time you're down here. I'm sorry I missed you last time, but
hopefully.
next time.
Okay. And if you come to Asheville again, Rice Krispie, you got my damn number now.
Okay.
No
Yeah, I
excuses.
love it
You've
there.
had my
I love
number.
the
So
Sierra
you bring
Nevada
your ass
Brewery.
this way, you gonna swing somewhere, we're gonna meet up.
Right on.
And you give me a
Can't wait.
couple of days notice and I'll have you a pound cake waiting for you.
Oh,
boy.
you got me. You got me.
Homemade.
Thank you so much and stay safe.
Oh,
We love
damn.
Okay.
We
Love
love
y'all.
you. Stay safe, Miss Rummy.
Not
Okay.
the pound cake.
Bye.
See you later, Rummy.
Bye.
Hey, can I jump in and add something here real quick, y'all? If I don't say anything else, because I'm about to have to go. But
Yes,
as a
sir.
survivor, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. As a survivor of Hurricane Katrina, because I lived in Mississippi when Katrina hit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we were in.
I was just bringing you up, Lion One. Sorry.
We were in Picayune, Mississippi, which the eye of the storm went right through there. And I'm going to tell you what, man, if it wasn't for the community and the outside help from neighboring states, we wouldn't have made it, man. I mean, they brought in water, they brought in food, they brought chainsaws. The government didn't do anything, man. The only thing the government did was go house to house, breaking in people's houses. If you wouldn't answer the door, they would break in and see if anybody was alive or dead. Then they would spray paint all over the front of everybody's house. That's all they did was damage people's houses and spray paint on people's houses. I mean, the help from the outside communities, they came in and cleared the streets. The house where I was at, we couldn't even get we couldn't even go down the road for a solid week afterwards. There was trees all in the roads. So it is very important for people to donate and travel there and help these communities, man. I'm telling you, we wouldn't have made it after Katrina if it wouldn't have been for the outside help.
Hey, Lion, how are you? Thanks for being up here.
Thanks for having me. And I tried to record a message, and I can't even upload like a 5 or 7 minute video, and I have so much video I want to share.
Well, we're praying with you. You know that. And
Yeah, I know. I
we're glad you're
appreciate you,
okay.
bro. I'm okay. I don't want for anything. I don't need anything, but these people here, it's intense. Do you have any questions or anything specifically you'd like me to
Yeah.
touch on?
Is there some way we can all help there without like physically being there? What can you think of?
Right now, um, it's really difficult because it's it's like you can have money in your bank account, but people need cash because they need gas. People need
Yeah,
gas, and they're stopping people from coming in
they
with
are, huh?
that. Yes. Um, and I don't know if people leave, they can get back in. And where I'm at, it's been pretty peaceable. However, neighboring counties and towns, not so much.
Mm,
And I've never felt like I had Rabbit go get gas for chainsaws and diesel, and people were giving us gas to come back so they can get trees off people's houses. There's people penned in, and there's bodies going up helicopters. And I was so freaked out for him. Can you hear
yeah.
me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear
I
you,
was I
and
was
it's
so
heartbreaking. Sorry you're going through
I
this.
was scared to death for him because there are areas that are lawless, and very fucking dangerous, and people, and I can't
Take a deep
verify
breath,
it.
please.
Okay,
Take a deep breath.
I can't verify it because my signal sucks so bad, but I've seen enough on Facebook to know that cars are getting stolen, tires are being slashed, people are being held at gunpoint for cash, and just ridiculous. It's insane. But where I'm at, I'm okay.
I heard about the tires being slashed on trucks that were going in there with fuel and aid. Actual semi
Yes.
trucks were being
Supply.
slashed.
So right now I'm standing at the Lynn Lodge. There's an X in front of me. Private helicopters are dropping stuff to us, and all of those people in Little Switzerland, Spruce Pine, Bakersville.
Captain's back.
It's all. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Okay. It's
Yeah, I can hear
all.
you.
It's the locals. It's people like us who said, "Fuck it. If we need to cut a tree off of our house, my house got nailed by a tree. I cut it off, and it's been boots on the ground ever since. I don't want for anything, and anything I have enough to share, and that's what's happening here. It's the local sharing and private companies dropping shit.
Yeah, look at the care package Trent just drove up the mountain.
And I'll tell you one thing. Anybody who, instead of just being in their house, got out and started clearing these main roads, met all the people who like to volunteer, who have a warm heart, who are not calloused, who care about their community. And I have connected with all of those people. And we all exchange numbers. Are you there?
Lion, you just saw Miss Rummy come up and talk a little bit about resources and how people can help. Do you have information for your area? It sounds like you all were hit really hard.
We were.
Where could someone go to drop resources that we can ensure will actually get to people like you?
Well, the one guy, I did a video. His name's Trent. He's a beekeeper here. He
He's behind us right
he's
now.
behind us
He
right
just
now.
pulled up
He
with
just
a care package.
He's pulling up with care packages. He had people give him thousands of dollars of heavy equipment, and he's going out removing trees. So if you go to his GoFundMe, he has
a Venmo.
He has our Venmo. I'm sorry, it's in the.
Well, no, I'm talking about on the ground. Like Tiffany and I are planning on coming with carloads.
I wouldn't stay clear.
I want you guys safe.
It's not. It is. When we're telling you to stay clear, the U.S. Army's going door to door right now
with sheriffs.
We just
right
stopped them on our hill before they got to our home. It is. There's nothing that we can put out that can portray how real. Like, stay the hell out of here. Don't come. It's bad.
I'm afraid. I don't think we can get out or in is my understanding.
But
And
to answer your question, the past few videos that we were able to put out, we have there's 2 GoFundMe links that are where they're going. Is one is to the Big Lynn Lodge, and that's the building directly behind us. And what they're doing, they have 2 of them. One of them is for the staff here because their homes were washed away, and the other one is the Community Relief Fund. When I tell you we vetted it, we're literally standing. The owner is 30 yards behind us. He was giving cash out to the community earlier
he
today.
offered me cash. I didn't need it.
So if anyone is interested in helping, it is the Big Lynn Lodge Community Relief Fund on GoFundMe. We have vetted it. We are literally standing right in their yard right now. The money that's coming into them, checks, GoFundMe, all that stuff. People are calling. Unfortunately, they're closed right now because they're housing all displaced people. But everything that's coming in, like they're handing out cash to everyone with all their cash reserves, just so people can go around and get supplies. So that is probably
talking, right.
What's that?
That's Benghazi Rabbit, right?
Yes.
What's
Sorry,
up?
I
Yes.
didn't mean to.
I just
No, the
I
chat was
had
asking.
that answer right there.
I'm very concerned that they're cutting every time people want to leave. They're shutting down roads. Nothing. The roads are treacherous, but they're shutting stuff down. There's armed checkpoints. There's armed checkpoints. You can't get in. And so but what I don't want is anybody hurt.
Please stay
with
away.
any of the crazy.
I have Benghazi Rabbit's video up. You guys wanted to see what it's like over there. You can see this is his report. That up there.
Spruce Pine. Want to talk to us? I know this is
And that's where Miss Rummy's extra boy was. And that's where this lady is. Look at that. That looks sketchy. You guys be careful out there, Lion and Benghazi.
It's her and a few of her friends. They are elderly. They are also senior veterans. They need supplies. They were barely able to get some gas up there, and the only way out is to be airlifted.
From her.
Here's Benghazi Rabbit.
Yesterday, she has to walk up a mountain. My mom talked to her, and she has to do that just to get service, to reach out to anyone.
Now, we are here in Little Switzerland as well because that's where we reside. Lynn Lodge.
Hey, pause this for a second. We got line 1 back, so I know their signal is spotty. I want to hear from her before.
Yeah. So if anybody, when it's safer to come in, and you guys can probably, I can't even, I have to look at word of mouth and what's going on Facebook and different things.
And from our people.
Who are going up and down. I just want you guys, when it's safer to come in, bring gas, bring tire kits, bring your spare tires, and bring whatever you need to protect yourself, if you know what I'm saying, because it is
it's getting real.
It's getting real.
Fucking real.
It's getting real. But anybody who doesn't understand what's going on here, I'm seeing what's happening here, and it's the amount of losses being minimized. Put it that way.
Where is the closest drop point that would get to the hilltop that you all are on that someone could donate to safely?
We're standing on the helipad right now at Big Lynn Lodge.
Big Lynn Lodge.
Big Lynn.
And what we will need here is gas, chainsaws, generators.
Mainly gas and the small, like efficient generators, those like 2,000-watt generators. There is a need for those for some medical equipment. However, they're working to get power up here right now in this particular area, so we're not sure what we need at the moment because we're kind of overflowing.
I know that that clothing. There's people who literally. There's a woman here who had her house. She lost her home, and now she lost her truck because it was stolen. So, you know, there's people who just don't have anything, and so clothing is really important.
So you guys have a group that's looting your area.
Yeah, they stole 2 tractor trailers last night and a pickup truck actually right from this area, like right here. They stopped looting downtown because they brought in feds, and the feds are on like a 12-12 rotation. So like 4 of them are in town right now. 4 of them are standing 30 yards behind us, taking up some rooms. Go figure.
I wish I had footage right now of some of the stuff that I didn't have a signal. Like it's like a 5-minute video takes 6 hours to try to get up, and I'm telling you, there's one guy who he had a hotel, and he got all the people out, and the whole thing fell down a cliff.
Oh my God.
And then they had to trek up mudslides, down power lines, fallen trees for a mile and a half with 13-year-old dogs who just wanted to lay down and die.
Wow.
Over boulders, under trees, over trees, and everybody was safe. And they showed up at a different inn in Little Switzerland, completely covered in mud. They were up to their knees in mud. Some of them got stuck in mud. They thought they were going to die. When they called 911, the dispatcher said, are you dying or bleeding out? If not, you're on your own, buddy. And it sounded like he had a donut in his mouth. A fucking donut. Sorry, excuse me.
Where are you guys right now? Are you at the Big Lynn Lodge?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's higher ground up there, huh?
It's literally one of the only spots you can get a clear enough signal.
Yeah.
But even then, as you see how much we're dropping, that we didn't have issues until about 4 o'clock last night, and then we started having a lot of problems once the Army showed up. So
yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to share was I've been through like Hurricane Irma. I've been through a boat that pretty much like capsized and got rescued by a Coast Guard. I've been through an earthquake right in a hospital because I was supposed to be getting emergency surgery. I've had people a home invasion before, and I'll tell you, and I hope this gets through and you understand what I'm trying to say here. This hurricane didn't terrify me as much as yesterday did, the last 24 hours, because there is a presence here that feels very ominous. And I wanted to share that as well.
Well, I think you're safe in good hands. Just stay alert, not afraid, okay?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm. It's just. I know. I just. There's a lot of people that need help, and I just don't want anything impeded. And it's really we the people that are getting the most done here.
yeah, we got everything done here.
Mm-hmm.
We cleared our roads. We rescued our people. We recovered our people. The feds didn't show up. Well, most of the feds aren't even here. It's just the Army.
So what roads to get to you are open?
We don't know.
You
we
don't
have
know.
no idea. The last we heard, our only way in and out was closed last night.
Is 226 clear?
No idea.
Oh.
We cleared some of it.
We cleared 226A. Our portion of 226 we cleared. And even then, parts of it are very, very impassable for large vehicles. Like anything bigger than a Ford Ranger, you're not getting through. But Lion and I personally have not been at the bottom of our mountain because there is state troopers at the bottom of the mountain not letting anyone back up. So
right. Yeah.
So they're not letting people in.
No.
Yeah.
They were doing that here on the barrier islands, that if you took off from the island, they wouldn't let you get back to your property. Even if you were just getting supplies, they wouldn't let you back in because they're just trying to minimize the amount of people they have to take care of.
Exactly.
And they're not doing a good job of it. So
well, they're getting
There
a head
should
count.
be like a checkpoint on the accessible roads that people could donate to. That's what I was trying to, because I don't want to try to come in and get stuck, but at the same time, I want to, if I'm going to be in North Carolina to help, I'd like to swing through and try to help, because it sounds like where you all are is devastating. So like,
so
I really
you have to go 4 hours. It was a 45-minute drive that took you 4 hours. Where was that? Where'd you go to?
I had to go to Morganton.
Okay, is that east, west?
Yeah, that's east, and normally it takes us about 20 minutes to get off the mountain, and as soon as we hop on I-40, we're there, basically, right? So had to literally go 30 miles north, another 20 miles, and then south again, and then into more. So it's, the normal routes are completely just cut off, blocked off, troopers everywhere. It's just, and then if you know the area, you could get around them. But like I said, that one route, and I'm not going to name it, that one route was cut off last night at 4:00 by the U.S. Army. So that's why we're like, what's going on? And now, like I said, they're up here, and where we're at particularly is more the high ground. Some places were extremely devastated with the landslides and half the mountain gone, as you've seen. It may have seen from some of our videos. But our town, Spruce Pine, screwed. Burnsville, screwed. Bakersville, screwed. Chimney Rock, screwed. Lake Lore, screwed. Black Mountain, screwed. Our entire community. And and I say community, it's everybody. It's not just the little independent villages and towns. It's everyone here in our range of mountains. We're all Black Mountain's completely cut off. All you can do is get in by air. All their roads are gone.
So far, by what has been made available, mostly like, social media, people taking their own videos like you did, Rabbit. It looks like landslides has been one of the huge issues.
Right.
Yeah, we got
like for instance, when during the hurricane, we had a tree nail the house, and then 11 fell around it, like in a big circle.
And that's not an exaggeration. We can verify with pictures.
Hey, how did you find Morganton? Was it in good shape?
Half of it was without power, but it really felt like this was a tornado. The way this was like the devastation, it was fine because half of it was with power, half of it was without power. No, there was no damage to it.
We got Miss Rummy back.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to update you right quick. There is a convoy of military, like National Guard or whatever, headed up the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send
they're
it to
already
you.
here. They're going door to door already. They've been going door to door for the past hour.
Well, somebody just passed them on the interstate. Well, they were going up the mountain. The other guys were coming down.
More coming.
Yes.
Now, are they bringing supplies, Rummy?
Yes. The airport has been open, and they've been dropping support. What's those meals called?
MREs.
Yeah, MREs, waters, and everything from.
Don't eat too many of those. That's caca stop. It'll plug you up if you eat too much.
I mean, if somebody don't have nothing to eat for a couple of days, I guess they'll have to just deal with the constipation. But but the convoy, somebody just sent it on Instagram. Rice Krispie, do you have an Instagram?
Yes, I do. Rice
Okay,
Krispie.
I will send it to you because my son just sent it to me, and I'll send it to you on Instagram, and maybe you can play it.
All
But
right.
it's just a whole damn convoy of big vehicles being taken up the mountain. Well, I just wanted to update y'all right quick because we're still
Well, maybe
trying to
that's why they shut the road down to the public, was so that that could get the convoys in.
And
Boy,
you're
it
not
sure
supposed to
is
be going up the
scary.
mountain unless it's an emergency or unless you're going to volunteer and you've coordinated with somebody to volunteer. Because they
Right.
will only let you pass a certain point.
Yeah.
And
Because
you
each
shouldn't be trying to go
Issues
past
about
that point unless you're there to help. Like
right, people,
not
some
just
people just want to fucking go to sightsee.
yes. And then like you said earlier, Miss Rummy, people can get hurt up there, and then that brings the
Right,
that
and
makes the
nobody knows
problem
your
even
ass
worse.
is there. And then that causes more conflict and more shit to be rescued and this, that, and the other. And that's just uncalled for and unnecessary. If you truly want to help somebody and you truly want to do the right thing, there are plenty of avenues to contact sheriff's departments to be able to help. And the
Drop
sheriff's
off
department,
points.
yes, and
Drop
sheriff's
off points
department,
is huge.
sheriff's departments can point you in the right direction on where to drop off shit, how to
Yes.
drop it off, if you want to volunteer, where to go to volunteer, because these churches are begging for volunteers because they people is tired.
No, or if you were a person who owned, a couple of skid
Sorry, but
steers or
that's
something.
simply not the case. Please do not contact the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office are the ones taking our supplies, taking our manpower, and not using it for the critical. Contact the churches, donate to the churches, give the manpower to the churches. So I'm telling you, I'm boots on the
I
ground.
didn't say contact the sheriff's department to give to them. I said contact them to
No,
find
don't
out
contact
who you
them at
need to
all.
call. Well,
Our
Burke County, Avery County, and McDowell County have helped me.
Our sheriffs have told us, stay armed. We're not doing anything for you. And that's even, we're standing in McDowell
where are you
County
at?
right now.
Where are you at?
We're standing right here in McDowell County, right above you.
Mitchell and McDowell.
Mitchell, right on the Mitchell-McDowell line. I'm literally looking at McDowell County right now.
Okay.
They
Well,
told
McDowell
people you're
County,
on your own. That's what they told us.
no, McDowell County, whoever I talked to, Kimberly, she helped me tremendously. She gave me the number. She gave me the information that I needed to be able to contact other people. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that all the people are doing the right thing or whatever, but as a point of contact, call emergency management in those counties.
I
to
think what
find
she
out.
was saying, Rabbit, she wasn't saying for people to donate to the sheriff's department. She was saying contact them to find out where
They're
the donation
problem
points
right now.
are.
They don't know where the donation points are. They're the problem right now. There's so many grassroots thing by just going on Facebook and then listening to what these local Facebook groups, the administrators are verifying, vetting, and everything. They're the ones setting up the distro points. The emergency management systems aren't doing anything. And we're telling
Well,
you,
that's what I told them earlier. If they go to Let's Talk Burke County, Let's Talk Spruce Pine, but you got to know the names
all
of
the Let's
places.
Talk pages have the right info.
All
That's
those little
where,
towns, and whoever's got cell service and administrators over those pages, they do give some very good information. Like
That's true.
the text that I sent you, Rights Crispy. That's who gave me that information, was a lady in Spruce Pine. And she was one of the administrators of Let's Talk Spruce Pine.
Well, from all the reports that we're getting, you got lucky with that one, because they are pretty much stopping a lot of people and taking their stuff and seizing it, threatening them with arrest, and it's pretty bad. So we've been covering all the story. That's what we do. We peel all the layers of the onion.
There are
go through the
always
Red
going
Cross.
to be, there will
Go through the
always
Red
be
Cross.
bad actors in the government, always.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and it's spread out. So for the public to figure out and pinpoint who exactly is it, well, isn't that why the First Amendment auditor community exists? For that reason,
Yes.
But
and I'm
I
sorry,
think overall
I didn't mean to.
now, I'm sorry. I think overall for right now, what everyone wants is to get the best source of information we can get so that we, the people, can help.
Yeah,
we
you don't
want to
have to apologize, Miss Rummy. We understand. Everybody's tension's running high.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, Lion and Benga. Hello, is this Lion?
Uh-oh.
Is this Lion?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, good. It's just spotty. The
So-
Let's Talk Spruce Pine Facebook group has been very helpful um, to get an idea of what's going on all around the county and the neighboring counties for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
They helped me find my boy.
Right. So what I'm understanding right now is that because the area's been cut off, because the government is trying, I guess, to get supplies in there supposedly, but they've cut the area off for regular citizens to go in there and help. Benghazi and Lyon are saying to hold off and wait before you try to go in there to help.
Yeah, make phone calls first.
Right, make phone calls,
Phone
make
calls first.
plans.
Yeah.
Maybe go down there and set up shop outside of the affected area
Right.
and wait
Come to
till.
Morganton. I'm just gonna tell you where I'm at. Come to Morganton.
So you're in Morganton?
I am.
Oh, good. All right. So they said that half your city still has power and stuff. So send me that on Wrights Crispy on Instagram. It's all one word.
I will. I'll send it to you now.
Okay.
And I thank y'all for putting all this out the information out. But please make phone calls and coordinate with somebody.
I shared the links to the GoFundMe that you have on your video, Benghazi Rabbit. I'll put them out there again.
We're hoping to get better signals to put out more stories from people here whose businesses have fallen down the mountain, their homes gone, everything.
Yeah, my son got through yesterday.
And for people who are interested in helping out, like donating, this is. Sorry, I got a kid riding a motorcycle back and forth past my house. This is going to be an effort that's going to last for a long time. They're going to need help for a long time.
Yeah.
Like this isn't something just for the next few days.
Yeah.
You know.
Like my son, he's gonna have to move.
Mm-hmm.
And
then he's going to have to reestablish a whole household of living items.
Everything.
Yes, there's
all
gonna be a lot
the only thing that's keeping the weather from coming into their trailer is a tarp.
Check this out. This is from the
better resources than we the people. And I hate to tell them they're wrong. We the people are the source of all the resources.
Here, it's just without help for a week, the people here and the citizens with private helicopters fed everyone and kept things peaceable and we're still in recovery efforts here. There's choppers up pulling people out, and it's intense.
But it is also important we are on the internet right now, so like it's important to note and say and be clear, it's not a good idea to go flood the area with a bunch of sightseers. You know, like they don't need any sightseers. They don't need people looking for, YouTube content. What they need is help. And
and to keep these to keep focus, our media, our community, keep focus on these areas that have been decimated and hit hard. For sure.
Yeah, awareness is huge. People need to know where the help is needed.
I have a question. I have a question for Lion One and Benghazi Rabbit. You said the U.S. Army. Is it the actual U.S. Army or is it the National Guard? Do you know?
There's the U.S. Army. The U.S. Army is here. They're fully fitted. They're in combat helmets and they're riding around. Some of them are vested up. Yeah, and they're going door to door with sheriffs. And the reason why they're going to door with sheriffs is because
I think they're getting a head count.
They're getting a head count.
They have a full-on battalion out there right now.
So are they forcing people out of their homes, or are they allowing them
We
to
don't
stay
know.
there?
We didn't even let them get close to ours.
We don't know what's going to happen, and that's That's
We forcibly stopped them at the bottom of our hill and told them to go back up, and then we pushed them back down.
I wanna tell you guys something because
Oh, I got to go get that off the dash cam. Actually, before
okay,
we drive
yeah,
by.
get it off the dash cam. What?
We'll show you guys. I don't know if it'll show the actual guys, but we'll show you us stopping the county, this random county, not even our counties, this random county sheriff vehicle coming down our mile-long gravel driveway coming in. And you might see the Army lieutenant sitting in the driver's seat like, who lives on this road? How many homes? Where does this road go?
Right.
Well, I mean, if they're just trying to get a consensus of the count, I mean, they're trying to account for the people that are hurt or not, or dead even. So I think they just need to see, hey, rabbit and lion are alive. All right, move on to the next house. Am I wrong?
I mean, I'm gonna say
Our
this.
area is fine. We are fine. We've been fine. It's been over a week. We have literally dug ourselves out of the mountain. Our volunteer fire has coordinated. At 4 o'clock last night, all of our local emergency services were forced out of here for what unknown reason, and then these random outside counties came in with the U.S. Army. If we were going to get a head count, we would have got it done already because
they're still counting.
No, actually, we have a head count. We have we have an accurate head count already of all the missing and unaccounted for. We've actually done that. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's
There's
actually been
lists.
done. Yeah,
And they get modified.
Our
I
area is
understand. You're
100%
saying your
green.
area has been accounted for.
We're 100% green on our list, and like I said, those Let's Talk pages are where those red and greens are, and we're good up here. So why?
Gotcha.
Door to
There's
door.
areas around you, Rabbit. I'm sure you guys being cut off from society for several days now. You probably don't know this, but Rummy just informed us all the cities around you, the little towns and stuff, they're all doing the same thing. They're trying to get a head count.
Yeah.
Because the landslides, really did a lot of damage in your area. So,
yeah. I mean, I can tell, like, it'll be like, one part will look fine, and then a quarter mile down, it's like, where did the mountain go? And where
Right.
did all the homes go? And that's all around here in little Switzerland and Spruce Pine.
So there's hundreds of thousands of family members and friends and people that are not there that are desperately looking for their loved ones. So the government is trying to, as bad of a job as the government always does, they're still trying to get a count for all these people. So that's part of the effort.
The one thing that was great was on the Let's Talk Spruce Pine, people put lists together and kept modifying them with people's names and addresses, and the community, just people like us that are in our counties, went to those addresses to look to see what was going on. There were
play this video, bro.
And this is all on Facebook too, right? Line One. That's where that community
Yes.
page is. Okay.
Yes, it's a 10,000 member group. Let's Talk Spruce Pine. 10,000 members on Facebook. You guys, if you guys check this out, you'll
I
see
saw
things.
it's 16,000 now. I'm also a member on there now. So.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, that's how people were just delivering meals and checking in on widows and elderly, and it's pretty intense stuff on there.
Thank God for social media, right?
Right.
It's a good tool.
Yeah, if you can get out there and avoid getting stopped and just find somebody who actually needs your help, not somebody who's just trying to take your stuff, whether they're wearing a badge or just some thug with a gun. Get past them and try to find.
Hey, excuse me, I don't mean to interject, but if you guys can hear me, we have our local beekeeper up here on the top of the mountain. He actually has some words if you guys are keen to hear it for a sec.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so something I just ran into just now is up here at Hoyt's at the Big Lynn Lodge where Billy's been at. They've got a drop-off point. They've got a drop-off point And what's happening is people's coming up taking stuff that they're being told not to take, and then they're taking it anyway. So we're going to get somebody else posted on it. And have you talked about the trash issue in town?
Not yet.
Okay, so we've been. I don't know the current status because I've been out on tractor all morning, but we've been having an issue with trash pickup or a drop-off point, and they're just saying to burn stuff, bury stuff, and bag the rest of it up and keep it on your own property. They're not supplying anywhere for us to put the trash. And then the other thing is there's a lot of linemen working and lumbermen working. So the lumber guys got to go ahead, the lumberjacks got to go ahead, clear the way for the linemen to work, and all these people that they're having to stop and move tractors so that the sightseers can get by with 2 cases of water in their car and a bag of diapers. We don't even have babies up here no more.
No,
I mean, everything's been evacuated. So on this side of the mountain anyway, we really don't need anything on this side of the mountain, but everybody to stay away because the locals are taking care of it themselves. So if everybody else will just stay off our road, we're good to go.
Right. Yeah. And then and if you Trent, he's our local beekeeper up here in Little Switzerland.
So I think that, what we're learning here is it's obvious to me, is that if you want to donate supplies, do some communicating, maybe through that Facebook group or whatever, and then use a checkpoint, for God's sake. Don't go in there and crowd the area and make it where they can't get their work done.
The one thing, like, when this first happened, I ordered a bunch of stuff, and I had it sent to a different state that I thought I could get through in a way that hadn't been affected by the hurricane. And originally I wanted to get to one of my best friends. You guys probably know him for officer safety. He's one of my best friends. And he's only 2.5 hours away, but I literally felt like I had to drive 7 through different states because I don't know if I can get down there, even though it's so close. So all of my stuff is in a different state, and I just really want to get it. And I had everything sorted out where I was going to give someone a check and they'd give me cash. And now that plan is halted until I feel like I can get in and out of here and live my life and not have my Fourth Amendment violated.
That's for officer safety right there on the left, right?
I can't see very well, but
yeah, that's him. Yep.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends. So yeah, and he's okay. He had his power out and they had their stuff going on where he was at, but the roads, there's a woman that was down the street from us. She's at a Airbnb, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said she's going to be here for weeks, and that she can't find a way back to Sarasota. And people are feeding her, clothed her, giving her hot showers. She can stay in that Airbnb as long as she wants, and until the people, not the government, the people are giving her dog food and for her 2 dogs, and she was alone here. And I saw her again today, and I said, "How you doing?" And she said last night she had to run. Her face was all cut up because a tree fell, and they had to run for their lives. So trees are still falling because everything was so saturated. But she's okay. So
yeah, you guys stay safe. That's something that happens. Like the water just recedes. It's like a sponge. I'm terrified of sinkholes.
Right.
That here.
Well, the thing about mountains is, the rain starts at the top and floods its way down. And in this case, it's taken the land with it. So
right.
All the places built anywhere near the edge is down the hill.
Yeah,
going all the way to the bottom where it floods.
during the hurricane, streams just formed around my house, and but I think the foundation's okay, and my house is it's fine, and I have a detached garage, and it's fine. But I can see how that water could take a house down, because it crossed my mind that might happen when it was going on, you know.
Yeah, some bridges are being washed away because they'll get a log jam and it gets so bad that it just washes away the whole bridge too, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's the infrastructure's, everything is pretty bad. The one thing that I've never seen or experienced in my life is, I'm driving down the road before the roads were marked and stuff, and there all of a sudden there's no easement and there's no lane and there's just a cliff. And it was so terrifying. It's just
Yes,
wild.
Eastern PA. It's the only thing I'm afraid of is earthquakes and sinkholes. It's like when the earth is up and up, that's I fear no man or monster, but I do fear.
Hey, Finn, can you hear me? I
Yes.
don't know if this is working.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'm here in South Carolina, man. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's crazy.
Where are you in South Carolina?
Right now, presently I'm in Waterloo. I think that's about an hour and a half from Ashton, North Carolina, or wherever.
Asheville.
Asheville is what I meant. Yeah.
And you got a lot of flooding there too?
Yeah, there's a lot of flooding. There's a ton of wind damage, but what's just mind blowing is that, there's just the communities coming together to help each other, man. Cleaning these roads. It's unbelievable how fast that they took just a road that no one could get down, and just they're helping, man. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Neighbors are helping neighbors. That most everybody here does not have any power. Of it, probably 90% are using generators. They just got gas over the last couple of days, and the lines. The locals, one of the locals said the lines are to Tokyo. I mean, and then they're done by 3 o'clock, and there's a limit. I heard there was a limit of only 3 gallons today.
Wow.
So how far could you go with 3 gallons? I don't know, but I'm sure that helps out with the chainsaws.
Yeah, Rogue Nation and I ran into a problem with getting fuel recently when we were trying to gas up our generators. We went to the gas station and they had just run out, and we were about to quit and another station, but we noticed the truck was there pumping in stuff. So we waited about 20 minutes until they filled up the tanks again. And the guy said he had just driven down overnight from North Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Well, luckily
it's
I'm
not
in a
just people.
Diesel's way more plentiful than gas right now, but I was able to bring I did bring down about probably 30 gallons and about 800 cans of tuna, about 800 cans of chicken, and we're like getting together to see if the worst hit areas and communities, and if anybody can use this stuff out here.
Who's that talking?
Oh, this is Brad, the Ripple Effect.
Oh, what's up, Brad?
Hey.
Good to hear from you again, man. I didn't recognize your voice.
Sure.
Yeah, I was glad to meet Brad out in Colorado Springs earlier this year. Cool dude.
I'm sorry.
Share some.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes. Who's that? That Brad again?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I got you. You connected to my headphones.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
When people get in and out, gas cans are so important. Like, I was really prepared with lots of gas cans for the truck, and I actually, my Christmas present to myself was a saw, like a quality saw. And we just, the amount of trees down, we went through all our it went fast is what I'm trying to say, and I was pretty prepared. I just never thought anything like this could even happen like
Yeah,
this.
and I might add too, if anybody's coming down here to help with the trees, and there'll be lots of that for a long time. Don't do like I only brought 2 extra chains, and you need a lot of extra chains or a
Right.
good
And
sharpener.
oil. Yep.
And oil,
Make
yeah.
sure you're
I
prepared.
brought plenty of oil, 2-cycle oil, but remember the chains. And I'll put a list together and probably put it on my community page of what people could use the most of if you plan on coming.
And you
Right.
got
And
to
if you're
sharpen
donating,
every couple of
if you,
trees. Go ahead and sharpen it again because it'll make it that much harder. It's a night and day difference when you have a sharpened
Oh,
tree.
absolutely. You could be like a ninja with a sharp sword, sharp
Yeah.
blade, but with a dull blade, it's a million times harder.
Yep.
and if
That's
you're a
right.
donator out there, that's good to think about is the resources that they could use for the cleanup. So like supplies for chainsaws or even chainsaws themselves,
I was
things
Yeah.
I
like
was
that.
so I was so lucky last night because another thing, there's so much to think of. I've been packing and getting ready for 2 days. I came from I was in Tulsa at the time, and I was able to get on Marketplace and find a dehumidifier. If you know of anyone with a commercial dehumidifier, people's houses are just I mean the people who are getting their power back, that's the first thing they need. They need the dehumidifying fans, and those things are
Fans.
expensive. But yeah, there was one actually for $2,300, and a lady sold it to me last night for $325 on the way through Atlanta.
Got them
So she
back.
went. That's how she helped, and she did an amazing job helping. So that was awesome.
Look at that Prius there. I hate Prius.
The beekeeper,
Yeah.
we did a video with him yesterday. We put his Venmo in the link in the description of the beekeeper, and people did donate, and he took me and he's buying diesel to just start the clearing off of roads and helping people clear their land and get trees off and moved and chopped up and all that kind of stuff. So that's
Now,
one.
how are
That's
they
one thing.
getting supplies back and forth like that? I mean, are you all able to drive to the gas station? Is the gas station plentiful?
My understanding is there's one. Are they still taking cash at Walmart in Spruce Pine?
Hey, can I just say
Slow.
something real quick? I'm gonna have to take off, guys. I want you to know that if there's anything I can do for anyone out there that I'm close to, and like I said, right now I'm in Waterloo, but I can travel any area. Please hit me up and let me know because I want to be there for everybody out here. I got something pretty important that I'm doing right now. I want you to put updates too and go live periodically so we can talk about this and do our part in helping.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, love you guys, man. Please take care. Yep.
Take care.
Take care, brother.
Yep.
What's
I
up,
know.
guys?
Uh-oh. Am I off? Oh, I dropped out. Oh no, I'm on.
Excalibur.
Hey, right, Crispy Road Nation. How you guys doing?
Good. Where are you, brother?
I'm in Georgia. We just got power 2 days ago. We had no power for about 7 days. So we got power 2 days ago. We don't have home internet yet, so I'm using the cell phone internet for a little bit. We were lucky, man, that no trees fell on the house like so many houses out here. Just got a lot of work for one guy. I don't know if you can see all that tree back there.
Where are you in Georgia? North Georgia?
No, I'm in this Helena, McCrane, Helena.
Yeah, McKaysville.
It's between I-16 and between Savannah and Macon.
Okay, I know where McKaysville is in Helena or Helen. No, mentira,
Well,
Helena. Rogue Nation.
McCray and Helena is like a two-town combined together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different place. Rogue Nation went to Helena and did some audits there, I think.
Small town, right? Yeah, small town. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say hello to you guys. And I know in North Carolina is really, really bad compared what happened here.
Yep.
But you know, it just I
That's
did some
pretty
work
bad.
out. I did a little work in the yard today. It took me all what I have, so I do a little bit tomorrow. It's a lot of work.
The important thing to remember is that this is temporary.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a guy coming next week, God willing, to cut three main trees that are really close to the house,
Hmm.
and they're over 100 feet tall, and they're old, and so I'm lucky they didn't fall in the house, man. I was
Yeah.
expecting. I was expecting. I don't know if you see it from here, right there. I don't know that whole one
Now,
right over there.
another warning,
That,
people here in Florida, since we're getting another hurricane coming soon. If you had down
I heard.
trees before, those trees that came down, there might be some other trees that were protected from the wind by those trees that are now going to come down too. So be careful that those barrier trees are gone. Now you have new barrier trees that might take the brunt of the storm, and they're not strong enough to take that. So be careful, y'all.
I want to say something. My brother, his home got destroyed in the hurricane in Tampa, but he has another home and he wasn't there, so in a different state. So, but it's intense there. Yeah, kind of odd. I never thought I'd be in a different state than my brother, and we'd both have hurricane issues.
It sucks, especially where you don't have no power. I might lose connection. I got to get close to the wife phone because she's the one who has the connection.
Yeah, we can hear you, Excalibur. You're fine. We see
Yo,
you.
my name is Luis, so if you want to call me Luis, that's fine.
Luis. Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the other. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure that Lion One has all the information out that she wants out, because this technically was the live stream for her and Benghazi Rabbit. Lou reached out to me and said Lion One needed help. Lion One's always been a supporter of us. So I wanted to make sure that whatever she needs or whatever information she wants out is out and complete, because her signal's spotty. So what else do we need, Lion, or what else can we do to help you guys? Or
Just as we're gonna put some, all of our videos we're gonna put out about the people here who need help, who've lost everything, their businesses, their homes. Some people lost their cars, businesses, and homes. If I do stories, I'm gonna put those out. We're switching things up while we focus on this effort. I'm gonna keep the videos pretty clean, change some of the vernacular and verbiage, if you know what I mean. No F words, and some of the stuff that our style is going to be switched up for that for a bit. And I just want the awareness spread, and I want, if anybody wants to screen record them, put them on their channel. If they want to do a community post, I don't want anybody to be forgetting these folks in the mountains. And I can make sure that I will go to the site. I'll show you their destroyed house, verify their identity, all that stuff, so there's no scamming or craziness like that. And if people are still checking out Let's Talk Spruce Pine, that if they see something that's alarming that they want to feature, throw it on a community post. I don't know if mainstream media is doing what they can. They're focusing a lot on Asheville, and these surrounding small towns are hurting. It's going to take a lot, and I just don't want them forgotten. And the other thing that I'm concerned about is I just don't want, I want to keep in touch if Fourth Amendment rights start getting violated, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean. And
Yeah.
I want to, and I say that to say this. I've put in chat, and I know a lot of people put in chat to, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, and give me liberty or give me death. And I'm feeling pretty emotional about that.
Especially in the last 24 hours.
Especially in the last 24 hours. So that's the other thing
I got
want
the
that.
video from Miss Rummy of what's down the mountain. Here's the convoy. I'm playing it on the screen there. I don't know if you guys can see.
Well, yeah,
But
hang on. Let Lion finish real quick what she was saying.
Sorry.
I just want to make sure that everybody in the 1A community, the activism community, the YouTube community, if things get interesting here, I want to try to get out as much information to you guys. If things get I'm trying to, yes, I don't want to, I'm not trying to incite any panic or anything like that, but I have some
Right.
concern.
We get the gist. Absolutely. Martial law. You know, like they did in Katrina, trying to take people's guns. We know how they can overstep, and quote unquote trying to help. So we're with you, Lion One, all the way.
And we're and if shit goes down, I want to give you that portion. If something is going in that direction, and it might be, I'm just there's a different vibe here in the last 24 hours. I want to be able to get these. You can feel it in the air. There's tension. I literally think I got 1 hour of sleep thinking about it, and I just want to make sure that and these mountain people are tough. They're on edge. So I want to make sure if I can get any information to you guys, if some stuff starts happening, that we can get that information disseminated. And I'm just
Absolutely.
going to continue to update. If you guys have any information for me that I can't get because of my signal, I'm going to try to get it through Lou, or any of y'all can call me. But I'm cut off from information. Yeah, sometimes we can receive only and we can't text back, and I'm trying to get pictures out, videos up. I feel like things are jammed here where I can't get this stuff out to you guys. But I just wanted that kind of, I just appreciate that you guys are going to use your platforms to feature this in the future, now and in the future. And I'm just so grateful, and thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the least we could do. I want you guys to be safe out there, and definitely, like Wright said, be alert, because people might not understand, but situations like this has happened before, like I said, in Katrina. And people have died because the government couldn't manage the emergency response. Look at all the people that died in the sports stadiums after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans and Houston. People were getting raped and murdered and stuff in the rescue camp.
Right.
So,
That's
not only that, but sometimes the people taking advantage of the situation and looting and all that, sometimes they wear uniforms.
Yep.
Yeah, impersonators. Mm-hmm.
Are you saying there's a bad cop out there, Chris? I don't believe.
Maybe.
I don't believe
if I
that
had
for a
to-
moment.
If I had to bet on it, I would bet everything I had. Oh,
I would
No,
bet
no.
everything you had too, Chris. That way I wouldn't risk anything.
It would be a safe bet, Rogue, to say that there's going to be bad actors with uniforms.
Lion
No,
One, I want you to know the Vigilance Committee is here at your disposal. You can use our platform for anything. If you send us something, we'll get it out there. We'll
Okay.
do whatever we can to help.
Thank you so much. It makes me feel good that I know that you guys can disseminate what a lot of this information. And even when I don't have a signal, so it helps so much, but even when I get my signal back and up and going, I'm still going to need this information out there, because we all have I just appreciate it so much.
Well, also, if you guys have access to any of those local Let's Talk pages on Facebook, there is some juicy stuff there that's not from our mountain, because, like I said, we're pretty isolated right here in our pocket, and we're trying to keep it that way. But in Burnsville and Bakersville and Chimney Rock and all these other places, there is some gnarly stuff going on. So it's not just us. Like we're gonna try and give you exactly what's going on here. But if you guys are interested in any other stuff to put up in the meantime while waiting for us, there's plenty of juicy stuff.
Yeah,
out
the
there.
neighboring county, Yancey County. Oh my gosh.
Oh, not only while we're talking about it, not to pivot, the hurricane kind of dwelled this one issue, but Yancey County actually has something that all of you guys in the 1A community might be interested in. If you want to talk about that library situation while we have the little spotlight on it for just a brief second.
So the library, well, which part? There's
We can do a quick recap of it.
You do the recap.
Well, the library in Yancey County in Burnsville not only went full woke, they went the full trans agenda. They had a whole display out there. The community had an uproar on it, kind of shut the whole thing down. Since then, the commissioners have appointed themselves to the library board. They're working on pulling the Burnsville Library out of the Tri-County library system. The library system's fighting back. There's like $5 million in the air. It's a really, really interesting situation. And to top it all off, when Lion and I went in to ask questions about their security system, they trespassed us and called 911 on us.
All I did, so what happened was a woman assaulted a veteran in the library. That I don't know why. Her charges were assault and communicating a threats. So we went to district court to find out what was going on, because district court in North Carolina is the court of no record. And I said, he did a public records request, and the library director said there's no security cameras at the library. And I was like, that sounds like bullshit. So I went to the library and I waited for them to ask, can I help you? And I said, yeah. Do you have security cameras here? Yes. I go, are they working? And then they wanted to call 911 and trespass me just for asking that really
Got a pretty
politely.
good video on that one.
It's kind of wild.
So there's an interesting element there too. If you start digging past the hurricane, you guys will find some really, really juicy stuff if you're waiting for anything from us, because we're trying to get stuff out as quick as we can, but it's rough.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just to clarify, Miss Rummy, it sent the video, and it's not a convoy. It's just a train full of those are dragon wagons. Those are trucks that can get through most terrain. They're all empty, so maybe they'll load them up with stuff. There's a bunch of Humvees on there, and some other.
I'd rather see that than a whole bunch of troops moving in, because we don't need them right now. We can handle.
Yeah, no, this looks like it looks like there's just logistical trucks that they're going to bring in to help distribute stuff or move people, or there's also some heavy equipment on some of these trains. I noticed a lot of water buffaloes. I just noticed the water buffaloes, those big water tanks, and first aid, looks like first aid Humvee. So hopefully that's a good thing. It's on a train, so they're not on the ground. There's nobody driving these things right now. It's connected to a train, but it's not moving. It's at the bottom of your mountain, I guess, though.
They're probably waiting to load.
There was some of the heavy equipment just there. There's some more.
Well, thank you so much. I think I've kind of covered what I want. Oh, I did want to say I won a flashlight from John Felix, and I've been using it.
Yeah, it's coming in handy. Thank you, John Felix.
Thanks, John Felix. He sent it to me not too long ago. So
And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has donated already to Trent, the Big Lynn Lodge, and to Carter at the Alpine Inn. I know you guys have been donating because I've seen it coming in. Seriously, guys, thank you. Like Carter and Steve. Steve lost everything, so NC Tire Hunter's getting him some clothes too, and so thank you guys. Like seriously, it's really helping these dudes out.
and
Awesome.
Do we have a way to put a Venmo link in the chat of the beekeeper? That's Trent, right?
Yeah, I can try and type it in the chat. Let me see if I can get a signal. I can put his like at thing in there.
Is it on your videos,
yeah,
Benghazi?
Yes,
Okay,
it's on the one video we put up with him and the one video of Trent itself. If anyone is interested, feel free to add him on Facebook. He's got other stuff too, and he's doing what he can. So if you guys want to add him on Facebook as well, his information is there, and his name is Trent Dyer. And he's literally right around the corner from us, and he's doing everything up here right now.
Yeah, I also have to stress Starlink. Southeastern PA is saying Starlink. That's what I have. That's what we had throughout the whole storm. I talked to Jeff Gray yesterday. He was without power for a long time, but he has a really good generator, except he didn't have Wi-Fi or anything. He couldn't upload any videos. So he said he has Starlink on the way. If they'll let him get through there, you know.
Well, we do as well, and it's sitting somewhere at an undisclosed location with another super awesome activist, and we're just, if we can get out,
we just need to get to our activist
I have
buddy
see, Ryan and I are good. We have supplies that are ours waiting for us at a drop point. It's just we can't get there yet.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, and
excuse me.
But thank you guys, seriously.
Thank you.
Of course, guys. And again, we're hoping for the best, and whatever we could do to help, just let us know. Obviously, disseminating the information that you guys recover is an absolute priority. So,
Thank you.
we're good with that. And anything else we could do. I know Rights has been throwing up the links for the GoFundMe's. Futoy just posted it again. So whoever's watching this afterwards, obviously, like they said, this is going to be a long, hard recovery. And once there's the areas open to go back in, they're going to need a lot of help, a lot of clothing, a lot of blankets, a lot of pillows,
Towels, everything. Yeah.
everything, coloring books, stuff for the kids. Also candy, hard candies, anything that's comfort food is going to be needed as well. So
Well, I asked them too.
Bring up candy.
Wherever you're planning on going, try to communicate with those people and find out what it is they need. Because like the Benghazi Rabbit said, or the beekeeper said, there's no babies up there. We don't need diapers, so keep that.
Yeah.
Baby,
Communicate where
everybody can take a good field shower and get some baby wipes out there.
And communicate where to go if you're going somewhere. Don't just go and crowd these areas that are already trying to deal with things. So
you're trying to help and you become a burden overnight. You you don't have a replacement for your flat tire. You just became a burden. You just blocked that road.
Right. I will let you know when if I know anything, or if I know what's open, I'll let you know for sure. I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
yeah, and if you guys are out there auditing in the other parts of the country and you're in these government buildings, just dump the candy dish into a bag and let them know that they're donating it to the people of North Carolina.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We'll probably get some sympathy points too, and won't get kicked out as quickly.
Exactly. So yeah. And plus anything else, the government's always giving out free stuff at the local health department or whatever. I just picked up a couple tubes of toothpaste from the local health department the other day. So go by all your government buildings, snatch up everything they're giving away for free, and send it to the people of North Carolina, because really they already paid for it with their taxes anyway. So just send it right back to them and that.
That's a good idea.
I'm hoping our camera might work because I'd love to show you guys how we've kept our phone charged this entire time. We got a little like 50-watt portable solar panel with our battery, and one of our battery banks died earlier. It kind of sucks, but we're surviving. We're surviving on the top of the mountain.
Well, I think we're gonna head out, but I'm gonna try to get in chat. Okay, guys?
All
Thank
right,
you guys
Lion
for
One.
taking
Yeah,
this time.
thanks again.
Hearing.
We'll see you in chat.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Let's go home, little kids.
All right, guys. So you heard it from people on the ground. Miss Rummy, Lion One.
All right, guys. I do want to thank you for being here. This was a completely unexpected live stream. You guys share this out far and wide. STD58, thank you for putting all those links. I really do appreciate it. Uh, you know, Cliff was over with Rogue Nation while the live was going on. I actually was not home when the live started. Otherwise, we would have just done it from right then. But it's sad when our government will show pictures of on the ground problems halfway across the world. But the only way that we're seeing the true devastation right here in the United States is through our people on the ground. Those people need help. Anything that anyone can do would be help. Even if it's just sharing, the links. Benghazi Rabbit and Lion One are right there. And there are people. That they don't have electricity. You just heard them say they're charging their phone off of a solar generator. They're not able to get a lot of their stuff out. So anything that any one of us can do to get the story out, to get the American people to see that, here it is. Our own people are asking for help, and we can't get to them. We're not being allowed to see the devastation, but yet, we can see the devastation halfway across the world within minutes. There's got to be a problem there, and it makes me glad that I'm in this community of trying to get the word out, but it also upsets me that the American people are more involved in sending things halfway across the world. We need to help our neighbors. We need to help our people. We need to help America first. And that is what this channel is about. We need to get the stories out there. But I do want to thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I am sorry I wasn't able to be more um involved, stopping and talking, but um poor Dirt Farmer, she was just on Rogue Nations Live. Um, her and Benghazi Rabbit have let us know that they are safe. Their area is safe. There are links from Benghazi Rabbit to GoFundMe's in the description. Um, they're, this just we need to get the word out, people. That's really all I can say. It is devastating. you know, uh, Call your senators if you need to redress, asking them, you know, why we can see stuff from around the world in seconds of it happening, but yet we can't see the devastation in our own country. So, you know, things need to be done. Things need to be changed. We need to get the story out. Uh, I will be putting up a community post with the links of the channels, along with the 2 GoFundMes that I know of that are verified by Benghazi Rabbit and Lion One. Poor Dirt Farmer, if you get a chance and you have more information, go ahead and, you know, reply on that community post. The community post will be done later because I do have my grandkids over here. So, but yeah, thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate it. And have a great day. And you know, send up good thoughts for our our people who need the help. So, talk to you all later. Bye.
In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred land. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. Through the storms and the darkest night, we'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight. For the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll bear the cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. Through the storms and the darkest night, we'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight. For the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll bear the cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the quiet of the night, we'll keep the watch, we'll hold on tight. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll stand tall. Together we'll rise, together we'll fall. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred in the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred land.
Like 50 people up there.